What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I got this project I'm working on. I wasn't actually really gonna post this. I didn't think about it until really just now. I didn't plan on making a video about this, but a while ago I got this old Webster, I guess model 802 air compressor. They'd been decommissioned. It was in some bad shape, but it worked, and it's in some bad shape. It's seen some better days. This old beast, though, despite having something very clearly stuck in the chamber, and having been repaired at some point, still kicking 45 years later, and was still compressing air and everything until the day that it was taken out of service. However, what I've just noticed, though, is the one problem. It's got some shaft run out from being dropped. And that is the one thing, if anything, I'm not really sure how I can fix myself. But other than that, for a 45-year-old compressor, I think for the most part it can be cleaned up and brought back to life, which is what I really want to try and do. The only other big problem that I noticed is that there is, I don't know if you can see it in here. Yeah, you actually can. There is some scoring on this, but these are brass. These are brass connecting rods. And then there's the shape of the wrist pins. I'm not really, I don't feel any grooves on those. I run my fingernail by them, and they feel great. Like, I've done hydraulic maintenance before, so, I know tolerances, and don't judge the fact that I'm rubbing it with a glove right now. I did run my fingernail across that, and there's no marks, there's no scoring on any of those. It's basically just a little bit of scoring there. Yeah, so I don't know. This is what I'm going to work on. It's going to be a bit of a slow project, but right now I got it all taken apart, and it's arranged as it came apart. So, this con rod goes with this piston, this goes with this, and this side is on this side. So right now I got it set aside the way it goes back together. But hey, just thought I'd put it out there, and if anybody's interested, because I don't see much about these old Webster compressors, and quite frankly, I've never seen anything. It's hard to find anything about these 801s or 802s, whatever they are. So I kind of really want to bring this back, especially because, these things were made right here in my hometown. So if you guys have any information, let me know. I'd really appreciate it. And if you know where I can get any information, I would also really appreciate it. So I got this thing mostly disassembled. Well, actually, I guess it's fairly well disassembled except for the heads and valve plates over there. I'm not really sure. A lot of this can be worked with. Probably even the crankshaft here. I don't know. I would still probably put this back anyway, just because I doubt there's anything I can actually do to fix it myself. Or afford to have somebody reforge this thing. This really feels mostly like surface. I don't know, there's not, it's pretty minor in the grand scheme of things, considering that it's 45 years old and been through hell and back. Same with up here. My concern, though, is the amount of runout on this thing. I really want to fix that. I really want to get this thing back into service because I'm absolutely fascinated by this compressor. And I don't know, to me it's just kind of a relic of the past that I kind of want to put back together. Like it's a bit of a beast. So I'm just going to go from here and try and get this off of there at some point. I don't know, I'll probably reserve the rest of the videos for after I get that done and whatnot. Get a little bit more of it cleaned up. So I did figure out what this thing was finally. And as it turns out, it's actually a check valve. Just a big ass check valve. Yeah, and then there's just the connection for the head unloader right here. So it goes to the unloader. Let me get some parts from that and I'll show you kind of how that worked a little bit. So here's kind of the whole, sort of the whole head unloader assembly. There's, still the plate that actually holds everything together. I don't have that handy right now, but what happens is this is the unloader valve, which has a spring and the valve inside. It's in there like that, and that's just held in by whatever brass fitting. I'll try and get a shot up there of it. And so it sits against this right here, which is attached to the shaft, and it's centrifugally driven. So it's got these weights for them that actually act to push down on this metal block that this sits on, so that when the pump is running, it actually this is pressed in and it's not letting the unloader valve be opened. And then as soon as it stops running, this pops back out from spring power and unloads the head. So I find that kind of fascinating. I haven't really seen anything like that before. And that works, in conjunction with this and an auto drain valve that I don't know if I have that handy at the moment. Yeah, let me see here. Which is this big bastard right here. And this works exactly like the little central pneumatic ones that they don't make anymore, but this is just from a more industrial time. And a much bigger compressor. This thing's like 30 CFM at 90 PSI, and so yeah, when it's under pressure, I forget exactly how this hooks up to the tank drain, and I believe this gets hooked up to the head unloader. And so when there's no pressure in the tank, it'll actually let the moisture out. And then as soon as it starts to build enough pressure, this will close, and the moisture, it closes off, and then lets it build pressure without having anything leak out of it. So that's where that's at right now. I don't know, I'll do some more with this at some point here and post more of a video about it. In the meantime, I'll just try and cut in pieces, if I haven't already, I'll try and cut in pieces from what videos I do have operating about these Webster air compressors. This one's a model 802, even though search results don't really bring anything up for that. It'll always show us as a model 801, but it does have 802 stamped right on there. Sorry, it's upside down, but yeah, so if you know anything about these, and possibly where to get parts or anything, which I don't think exist anymore, I'd love to actually know how I could fix the runout on this crankshaft from it being dropped, but I think there's a few ideas. I don't know if there's any way to really do anything about that, especially since these connecting rods are just brass, just straight up brass, so there's no bearing or anything in there. So if you know anything, or give me a shout down below in the comments, and let me know, because I'd like to get more information on this, or know what options I have to restore this crankshaft, if anything. Thanks for watching.